Hello, everyone. This is Stock Market Daily. Thank you for joining me today. It is April 13th, 2023. As always, this is not financial advice. Please don't copy my trading strategies because you will lose money. This is only for educational purposes. I want to apologize about yesterday's episode. I had a prior engagement that ended up running late, and because of that, I wasn't able to make a new video. But yesterday we had CPI data that was initially perceived to be good, and the market liked it. We had a nice little run up pre-market and right at market open, only to finish the day negatively and have a big sell-off towards the end of the day here. Now today we had kind of similar situation where we had a gap up in the pre-market. We traded sideways pretty much for entire 30 minutes where we had some pretty strong red and green candles, a lot of volatility, trying to figure out which way we're going to go. Then all of a sudden we broke out, did the same kind of dance here in the same vicinity, about 5 points or so, and finally found our footing and started going up pretty much the rest of the day. We set a new high for about 2 months. The last time we were at this high, we were back in February around Valentine's Day. So really good news for the markets. However, if you take a look at my trades, I didn't do so well on the calls. So again, there was no episode yesterday, but these two options right here at the 40.95 level were, because of that crash at the end of the day, they were rolled into today, and they are here now, expired, out of the money. So the other two options that I sold on the put side were these two. The 40.85 was sold for $370. The 40.75 was sold for $225, and they obviously expired worthless, which is great news. Now on the call side, you see that I have nothing here, but I had five positions here. So 4 of them were in the money, and I had to roll them to the 14th for tomorrow. So let's take a look at each and every single one of them. We had the 41.25 that I opened, and for that one I collected $200. I had to roll it to 41.30 for tomorrow for $280. So not a bad, I collected 200 only, but I rolled it for 280. Together, it was 480 on this particular option today. Then we get a little bit worse. It was a 41.20, and there was 2 of them, although they were placed at different times of the day. So I collected $310 in the first one and $320 in the second one, and they were both rolled till tomorrow for $90, and they were rolled to 41.25. So again, 5 points as much as I could have rolled it without actually taking a loss on it. The last one was placed very aggressively, about 10 points away from where the market was at that time, and I collected $520 on the 41.15 strike price, which is right here, and that was rolled into tomorrow for 41.20. So again, $5 strike price higher than today. And for that roll, I collected $75. Lastly, at the end of the day, I sold the 41.45 because I saw the market was like 1.3% high. At that time it was 1.3%. And I thought, okay, how much higher can we go on the day? And we were pretty much right here or somewhere. And I sold the 41.45, collected $450 for that option. And at the end of the day, pretty much right at the end of the day, like about a minute and a half left, I bought it back for $80. So that was the only one I got out of. The other 4 are rolled into tomorrow, and you could see them here. I have 2 here and 1 on each side. Now, these guys are not very deep in the money. We do have bank earnings tomorrow, so there's going to be some volatility. The only thing I'm kind of thinking to myself about this is that, as you all know, bank earnings might be okay. However, their guidance for future might not be okay because of all the issues that we recently had with the banks. So I'm assuming that that might bring the markets down somewhat. Although the rally today was pretty much um, with tech companies. So Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia didn't do good. Alphabet and Tesla did okay. So there might be a kind of a shift out of some of these financial stocks and into the big tech. And unfortunately for this particular trade, that's the largest part of the S&P, right? So even if banks have some negative news or whatnot, the SPX might stay around the same level. But we'll see what happens. Now, the other two trades that I placed today were just some credit spreads. I've already went over how I placed this credit spread about a week and a half ago. This actual spread was worth about $300 less earlier in the, like pretty much in the morning, and before we started having that big pop. Obviously it went up here. You could see it's now worth around $670 or so, and in the morning it was worth about 200 and in the high 200s and somewhere in the really low 300s. It went up in price, and that's fine as long as we don't approach this level by pretty much beginning of May. Should be fine. Now, I entered into two more on May 11th. I collected $1,100 on each option. So I had two here. They're obviously worth more now because we had that pop. But for now, I still think it's okay. And actually the theta on here is pretty good. It's 81. So, obviously that's not going to make a big difference if we continue the trend higher. That's going to work against me. The biggest difference in price that's going to, the biggest price influence that's going to be on this option is if we actually start trending down from here. But the theta is still working fairly good on here. Actually, the theta on the other option is less. It is 60. It is a little bit higher in strike price, but not by much. So I'm not quite sure why this one is saying 81. I mean, we're just slightly higher, slightly lower in strike price, but we're farther away. Regardless, I'll take it. If that's the correct information, I'll take it. And, hopefully it'll turn out a good trade. Very easy. That's the whole thing here. It's very easy and doesn't take a lot of collateral. So, and that's it. Here are all the trades for the day. If you want to take a look at them here, and we'll see what happens tomorrow with the start of earnings for banks. Okay, so appreciate you guys watching. Thanks, and have a good day. Bye-bye.